In the very center of the teardrop-shaped island of Sri Lanka lies a city wrapped in mist, surrounded by emerald mountains, and steeped in centuries of history. Welcome to Kandy, the cultural soul of a nation. A place where ancient kings once ruled from hidden hilltop palaces, where drums echo through sacred temples, and where a single relic shaped the destiny of an entire country. Kandy is not just a city, it is a story of faith, resistance, beauty, and identity. Long before modern Sri Lanka took shape, Kandy stood as the final stronghold of the Sinhalese monarchy. Nestled deep within mountainous terrain, the city was naturally protected, a fortress carved by nature itself. While coastal regions fell under Portuguese, Dutch, and later British control, Kandy resisted for centuries. Its rulers adapted to the terrain, mastering guerrilla warfare and using dense forests and winding hills as shields. The city became a symbol of independence, not just politically, but spiritually. Because in Kandy, power was never just about armies. It was about something far greater. At the center of Kandy's identity lies one of the most sacred objects in the Buddhist world, the sacred tooth relic of the Buddha, housed in the legendary Temple of the Tooth. According to ancient tradition, this relic was retrieved from the funeral pyre of the Buddha and brought to Sri Lanka in the 4th century. But it was more than a religious artifact. It was believed that whoever possessed the relic had the divine right to rule the land. And so the relic moved from kingdom to kingdom, always guarded, always revered, until it finally found its home in Kandy. Kandy is often called the cultural capital of Sri Lanka, and for good reason. Beyond its sacred temple, the city is a blend of colonial architecture, traditional Kandyan art, sacred rituals, and everyday life shaped by centuries of tradition. At the heart of the city lies the serene Kandy Lake, reflecting the temple and surrounding hills, a place of calm in a city filled with spiritual energy. Around it, life moves slowly. Monks walk barefoot through the streets. Vendors sell flowers for offerings. Pilgrims gather in quiet devotion. Kandy is not rushed, it is experienced. Kandy's beauty is not just cultural, it is natural. The city is surrounded by misty mountains, dense forests, flowing rivers. Just beyond the city lies the Udawatake Forest Reserve, once reserved for royalty, now a sanctuary of biodiversity. Birdsong replaces city noise. Paths wind through ancient trees, and the air carries a sense of calm that is hard to find elsewhere. The journey to Kandy is not just travel, it's a transformation. As you leave the coastal plains behind, the road begins to climb, slowly, gently, into the heart of the island. The air cools, the landscape changes, and the noise of the world begins to fade. Winding roads carve through thick forests, mist rolls over distant hills like waves frozen in time, and with every turn, Sri Lanka reveals a quieter, softer side of itself. This is where the island breathes. Dawn in Kandy doesn't arrive all at once. It unfolds. A thin layer of mist floats over the hills, wrapping trees and rooftops in a dreamlike veil. The lake is still, perfectly still, like a mirror waiting for light. Then slowly, the first rays of sun break through. Golden light spills across the water. Birds begin to sing, and the city awakens not with noise, but with rhythm. This is not a rushed morning. This is a slow beginning. At the center of it all lies Kandy Lake, calm, reflective, and endlessly peaceful. Built centuries ago, this man-made lake feels like it has always belonged here. Locals walk along its edge in the early hours. Monks pass quietly, robes flowing with the breeze, and travelers pause, not to take photos, but to simply exist in the moment. The water reflects everything: the sky, the trees, the temples, and somehow, it reflects you too. Just behind the city, hidden in plain sight, lies a forest that once belonged only to kings, Udawatake Forest Reserve. Step inside and the city disappears. The temperature drops, the light softens, and the sounds change completely. Leaves rustle underfoot, bird calls echo through the trees, and somewhere in the distance, a monkey leaps across branches unseen. This forest is alive. Towering trees form a canopy above. Vines twist and wrap like nature's own architecture, and ancient paths lead deeper into silence. It's not just a walk, it's an escape. In Kandy, silence is never empty. It's filled with sound. The distant hum of insects, the rhythmic call of tropical birds, the whisper of wind through leaves. Even rain has its own language here. When it falls, it doesn't disrupt, it transforms. The earth darkens, the air cools, and everything feels more alive. Just beyond Kandy begins one of the most breathtaking landscapes in the world, the Highlands. As you travel outward, the hills become greener, softer, and endlessly layered. This is where Sri Lanka's famous tea is born, and where nature becomes art. Stretching across rolling hills are endless fields of tea, perfectly trimmed, endlessly repeating. Each bush shaped by hand, each row following the natural curves of the land. From above, it looks like waves, frozen in green. Workers move slowly through the fields, carefully picking leaves, a tradition passed down through generations. The air smells fresh, clean, alive, and the view feels infinite. One of the most iconic experiences near Kandy is the scenic train journey into the hills. Old blue trains wind through mountains, crossing bridges and passing waterfalls. Windows open, wind rushes in, and the world moves slowly outside. Tea fields, dense forests, small villages hidden among hills. It's not just transportation, it's a moving window into Sri Lanka's soul. Hidden among the hills are waterfalls. Some gentle, some powerful. They appear suddenly, a white cascade breaking through green forests, water falling endlessly over ancient rock. The sound is constant, strong, grounding. These waterfalls are not crowded, not commercial. They feel discovered, even when they're not. As evening approaches, Kandy changes once again. The sky softens into shades of gold, orange, and deep blue. Light fades across the hills in layers. Shadows stretch slowly across the land, and the city begins to glow. From above, Kandy looks like a painting. Lights reflecting on the lake, mist returning to the hills, and the last light of day disappearing behind mountains. This is not just sunset, this is a farewell. Night here is quiet, not silent, but peaceful. The air cools, the streets slow down, and the sounds of the day fade into the background. Somewhere, drums echo softly from a temple. Somewhere else, laughter drifts from a small tea shop. But mostly, there is calm. Kandy is not a place you simply visit. It's a place that stays, in the way the air feels in the morning, in the sound of rain on leaves, in the stillness of the lake at dawn. It teaches you something, without ever speaking, to slow down, to observe, to breathe. In a world that moves too fast, there are still places that remind us to pause. Kandy is one of them, a place where mountains hold stories, where forests whisper secrets, and where every sunrise feels like a beginning, not loud, not overwhelming, but quietly unforgettable. Beyond the main roads, Kandy reveals its best views to those who wander. Small hilltops, quiet roadside stops, unmarked paths leading upward. From above, the city feels different. You don't hear the noise, you don't see the rush, only layers of green hills, and the still water of Kandy Lake resting in the middle like a jewel. Rain arrives without warning. One moment, the sky is clear. The next, clouds roll in thick and heavy. Then it begins, soft at first, then steady. Raindrops hit leaves, rooftops, and water, creating a rhythm that feels almost musical. The hills darken into deeper shades of green. Mist rises again, and everything feels fresh, like the world has been reset. Kandy is not just seen, it's felt. The scent of wet earth after rain, the freshness of tea leaves in the Highlands, the faint aroma of flowers carried by the wind. Even the air feels different here. Cooler, cleaner, alive.